Hi guys, welcome to the Little Miss Tony's Cooking Show from Merrill, Michigan, from Little Bambino's Restaurant. And today we're going to cook chicken burritos, but I'm also going to show you my recipes for fresh mango salsa. We're going to do avocado dip. We're going to make a homemade cheese sauce for the top of our burritos, and we're going to make some homemade Spanish rice. So we'll begin by me telling you what we're going to do today, what ingredients we have. We have garlic, salt, pepper. This is hot sauce, jalapenos. We have some roasted red pepper, some corn, vinegar, and our veggies. We're going to start out by, I'm going to use these pablemos and the chicken, so I'm going to get them started burning on the stove. So all you do is turn your stove on, and let's burn them all the way around. And we're using limes, red pepper, green pepper. We're using tomatoes, mango, red onion, and avocado today. So let me get this out of the way for you. Just gonna put it right here because we're gonna add our ingredients in. So the salsa is just a lot of prep. That's majorly all salsa is. There's so many different ways to make it. You can use it, you can cook it, you can use it raw. I like to have fresh raw salsa. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start slicing up these tomatoes and just put them in rough chunks. And I'm going to cut up 3 of them. And then I'm going to put them in our little chopper. All right. Here's one. Oh, let's move our peppers here. You want them to burn, so don't worry about them when you just keep burning, and we're just going to keep burning every other side. So, all right, we'll just take our little processor here. So probably the biggest part about making salsa is doing all the chopping. That's why I like to use little processors. We're just going to keep adding the ingredients. You can smell the pablemos like it's a cross between a green pepper and a jalapeno. And you can smell the heat from the jalapeno part of it coming out. There we go. So see, this is not even close. There you go. Just keep turning them and turning them. Don't worry about them burning. That's what they're supposed to do. All right, let's cut up the other tomato. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you an avocado dip, and I'm going to show you a salsa recipe. I love making this in the summertime when all the fresh vegetables come out. Right now, I have, like right here, I have frozen corn because in Michigan we have no fresh corn. If we had fresh corn, I'd show you how to just roast it. Olive oil, salt, pepper, a little bit of butter, and you can roast it with some herbs and spices on your grill and add it to your salsa. It's even better. Or you can just leave it on the side for your meal. All right, so that's 2 tomatoes. We're going to use not the whole green pepper. Use just a piece of the green pepper. And we're going to use a piece of the red pepper. And we're going to take the red onion. We're going to not use the whole red onion either. We're just going to use half of this too. All right. So what we're doing is we're just rough chopping everything because it's fresh salsa. You can warm this up if you want to. What you want to do is we want to marry all the spices together, even though we're making it fresh. That's why I like using vinegar, because it gives it a little, lets it marry together a little better. right, simple, right? So far, so good. All right, shake that out of there. See, this makes quite a bit, even though it doesn't look like it makes quite a bit, it really does. So right now, I'm gonna take, before I add the rest of my stuff to it, I'm gonna take and add my salt and pepper so it starts to work and break down. That's sea salt, pepper, and I'm gonna use a tablespoon of garlic. Now I'll leave that there for later. Okay, I'm gonna cut up my green pepper. Throw that in. And what I like about this is, I like the little bit that the mango, the sweetness that the mango gives to the recipe. All right. All right, let's give it a little bit of stir. Oh, I'm already loving the idea. I'm just gonna take, if you get a little chunk like that of onion or tomato, just throw it back in your little processor, because we're gonna use it again, and that'll re-chop it up. All right, let's add our corn. I would say probably about 1/4 of a cup of corn. You know, I'm a corn fanatic, so I love corn and everything. Then I'm gonna put a little bit of cut our little roasted red pepper up this is for our avocado dip. We're gonna cut a little bit of jalapeno up. You can use fresh jalapeno too, just like I said, this is just a really bad time in Michigan for jalapenos. And I like, seeing as I'm not cooking this, I like to use the jarred or canned. You just want some of that heat. And then we're gonna use probably a tablespoon of hot sauce, sriracha. This is pretty hot, so you don't want to go overboard. We're going to use about 1/4 of a cup of vinegar. Just mix her all up. The more vegetables, the better. Let's move our peppers around here. See how they're burning? Almost ready. All right, so we have our tomatoes, we have our onions, our jalapenos. We need to stick our lime juice in. We'll use a half a lime. We'll save the other half for our avocado dressing. All right, there we go. Now, let's do our mango. There's a couple of different ways. Mangoes have huge pits on them, so you can just cut a slice off. And you can just score it, just like you are when you have your avocado. And then just layer down. Oh, wonderful. Now, these are sweet, so it's going to add a little sweetness to the sauce. You can use, if you like pineapple, you can use pineapple. Peaches, oh, peaches are great. And that's what we're going to do, is add that in. Won't put a lot in there. We'll put maybe, I think, one more piece in there. This makes lots of salsa. It'll last in the refrigerator probably maybe a week. I wouldn't keep it any longer than that. I'll give you one more piece of mango. All right. We're gonna shut our problemos off here because they look like they're about ready. We're gonna just drop them into this plastic bag for about 5 minutes. And by the time we're done making the avocado dip, these will be ready to, the skins will rub right off. So just take them, close your bag, set them and forget them. All right, let's finish our avocado, or our mango. All right, one more, and then I'm gonna give it a little taste and let's see how our, how hot it is. Let's put this in here and get a little mango juice. Chop up the rest of our vegetables that didn't want to chop the first time. This also gives us a little bit of the sweet juice taste too that we want. All right. This will get better as it sits. That's why we're making this first. Let's see what we got. I love the vinegar taste to it. It keeps it very fresh tasting. So, now that we have this made, we're gonna start on our avocado dip. So we have fresh salsa. It's got a bowl. And now we're gonna work on our avocado dip. Let me just clear my counter here. All right, just take the avocado, put your knife in, and turn the avocado, not the knife. Twist, and you got it. Put it down on the counter. Take your knife, and then turn. And that's all there is to getting the avocado pit out. Simple. I have in my kitchen an avocado growing, and I took the pit and saved it. A lot of people take the pit and put it inside their avocado dip after they make it. They say that's supposed to stop it from browning. So you can do that also. All we're doing is scoring it into squares. Makes it easier for it to mash up. Grab a spoon. All right. So seeing as I didn't go all the way through, I'm going to save this for part of my garnish. All right. There we go. So all we're gonna do, salt it, pepper it. Now this is the part that you want to make sure that you don't put too much garlic in it. So that should be good enough for now. I'm saving, see how we're reincorporating all these ingredients? Now we have our jalapeno. Give us a little bit of heat. All right, we have our lime. This is to help it so it doesn't brown also. I'm gonna take this and put it aside because this is gonna be our little topper onto our little avocado dip. So now all we need to do is add in our tomato. But before I add in my tomato, I like to mush her up. All right. You can mush her up just as much as you like. You can have her a little bit dicier, or you can have her mashed all the way. So this doesn't take long, guys. Once you have all your ingredients out, This doesn't take long. When you're buying an avocado, you don't want to buy an avocado that is really firm and hard. You don't want one that is really soft. You want it just like where it's, when you touch it, it gives just a little bit, but that's it. You don't want any more than that, or it's overripe and it's no good. And if you don't need all the avocado dip, you can also use it for your face. It's a really good face mask. All right, so we have that. Now we're gonna add our tomato. You can add onion if you like to. I'm just not a real fan of onion inside my avocado dip, and we're gonna have onion in our chicken, and we're gonna have onion in our rice, and we're gonna have plenty of onion. But again, we're marrying all the ingredients together. Fairly easy. This is not a big amount of avocado dip at home. I make a whole big, huge amount. Steve and I love it. Love it with some rice chips. All right, now I need a little taste of this. Really good, guys, really good. All right, so now we have our avocado, our salsa made, and I'm gonna get all my ingredients out for our cheese sauce, our rice, and our burritos, and I will be right back. Okay guys, we're gonna make homemade Spanish rice. This is minute rice, so it won't take you as long. Just turn your pan on, and you need equal parts water to equal parts rice. And what you do is just bring the juice up to a boil and then throw your rice in. So what we're gonna do is we have water, chicken broth, 1 cup of chicken broth, and 1 cup of tomato juice. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna use that, put the lid on it. We wanna bring it up to a boil. Well, while it's coming up to a boil, we're gonna get our onions ready for it. So I like to put onions in Spanish rice. And seeing as I'm only making enough for a couple of us, you don't need all the onion, you just need a little bit. Just need to make sure that you dice it small. There you go, see that pop right off? Cool. All right, so we're just gonna give a little slice to it. Then we're gonna slice it this way. All right, again, we're onions, bringing it over to the Spanish rice. We're gonna incorporate the stuff into the Spanish rice that we were incorporating into our salsa. Okay, so we probably need a handful. This is probably a little over a half a cup. You can put less in if you're not a real onion fanatic. All right, that's good for there. Then we're gonna take more of the onion, and we're just gonna cut this a couple more slices to put inside of our chicken burrito. So I use store-bought chicken, baked, or you can bake your own. But I'm gonna turn this on. While the rice is cooking, or getting ready to cook, we're gonna get our onions ready. And I just like to stick these inside of the chicken so it's not dry. Just put a little bit of olive oil on it. Just set it and forget that. Then we have our green pepper that was left. So we're gonna take a little bit of the green pepper, and we're gonna dice this up for our rest of our Spanish rice. And you can saute this stuff if you want, but I just like to stick it right in the boiling water. Let it cook itself that way. Just chop it up rather fine. You can stick some corn in here too when your rice is ready too, guys. All right. So as you can see, that's almost already up to a boil, but we're gonna let her go for just a second. And we're gonna get our chicken ready. You can use the breasts, the thighs, whatever you'd like. So then all we're gonna do is just pull this. Not gonna chop it, we're just gonna pull it so it like is stringy. You can boil chicken too and stick it in there. I like it this way, just cold and pulled. All right, and that's all there is to the chicken. Stick it right here. We have our pablemos. Cut that in half. Try to pull out some of the seeds. You can leave the seeds in if you want it a little hotter. I'm going to stick that on the grill with our onions. Let that cook. Just give it a little salt. Give her a little pepper. Let that do its thing. Make sure she's on high. All right. Let's check on our rice. Oh yeah, she's boiling. Just stick your rice in. Shut her down for a second. Stir her up. Let's stick in diced tomatoes. This is a half a cup of diced tomatoes. All right, then we'll just put our lid on for now. And now that we've got that done, we've got our chicken cut up. We have a couple burrito shells. We have our shells out. It's looking like a good Mexican fiesta. All right, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna make our cheese sauce. So I'll bring this over here. Turn the pan on. Not really high heat, about low. This is a half a cup of milk. And I have some butter, like 2 tablespoons of butter. And then I have a little bit of onion powder. So just sprinkle it on top, probably about a 1/4 teaspoon. About the same with your garlic, about a 1/4 teaspoon. Then we're gonna put a little bit of real garlic in it. I mean, not real, like the other stuff was fake, but that was powdered. And this is chopped garlic. Okay, so we're gonna let this get a little bit hotter, and then we're gonna add our stuff. So now I'm gonna show you what we're actually putting in our Spanish rice. In a few minutes, we're gonna add, we have over here, we have chili powder. We have oregano. We have cumin. So these 3 right here, plus our salt and pepper, will actually make that taste really good. And I also have some, I'll put some garlic in that too, so we marry them all together. And our cheese sauce, we're just gonna watch this. We're gonna add our cheese to it. This is like 16 ounces a pound. I'm just gonna bring this up slowly, guys. This is Monterey Jack and regular sharp. I like the white, so it's all white, so it makes itself a nice white cream sauce. And we're on our way. So let's take our chicken now. And let's toss this. Toss our onions. They're getting there. So I'm gonna put them right in the middle here. And we're gonna add our chicken on the grill. Let that get hot. So into our chicken is going our onions and our pablemos, salt, pepper. And I'm just gonna take just a little bit of notch, and this is cayenne pepper. Just gonna give it a little bit of heat because Mr. Fritzler loves heat. So Let's check our rice. Yep, she's thickening up. All right, now we're gonna turn, while we're waiting for our cheese to melt, we're gonna turn this on. All right, stir our cheese up here. So we've added butter, milk, cheeses. You don't have to add garlic powder, onion powder if you don't want. All right, now we got that incorporated. We just have to let her do its thing. Let's get our rice going. So, first of all, what you need is spoons to taste things. So we're gonna put a little bit of garlic in it. I love garlic. Good little Italian girl loves garlic. Black pepper. Salt. Oregano. Cumin. So, and this is chili powder. We put our spices in. What we're gonna do is give it a little taste. If you need to add more cumin or oregano or chili powder. I don't think it's bad at all. Very good. So now let's check our cheese sauce. It's almost melted. I have a little green chilies here. I'm gonna add a couple of tablespoons of green chilies. Add to the sauce. So we have garlic powder, we have onion powder, we have cheese, milk, butter, and it's doing it. If this seems to get too thick, which it's melting right now, if it gets a little bit thick, just add a little bit of water, add a little bit of milk. It's almost to the point where I can tell right now what I have to add. So we shove our green peppers, or our pablemos, and our chicken and our onions up to the top. I'm just gonna get our shells warm, just for a second on that side. And now I'm gonna take and we're gonna put some in the middle. The chicken. And I'm gonna pull this one off, put that one on. There we go. And then we're gonna roll it. Let's put a little towards this end. Keep tucking it under. Then I'm gonna set it back on so it cooks a little more. I'm gonna take this one. Our chicken's starting to get a little bit dry, so put her towards that end and shut this off. So all we're using is this end now. Slide her off. Shove her towards the one side. Roll her up. Stick her back on. You can do that with a couple more. So all we'll do is keep an eye on this. She's gonna cook. There we go. Let's check our cheese sauce. Oh, she's almost there. It's melting all the cheese down nicely. I think I'll use my little whip. Let's incorporate her in, make a mess. Let's incorporate her in a little bit more. She's almost melted enough. All right, so we're gonna start our plating process. Flip these one more time. I'm sure the boss man is ready to eat. This kind of stuff is his favorite, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our avocado dip, push her down, make a nice little presentation. Take our burritos. I think they're warm enough now, guys. All you're doing is warming it up. gonna cut these so they're nice bite-sized pieces. Stir our cheese one more time. Ah, cheese sauce, guys. Bono. Take our rice. Stick some on a plate. Definitely. Our burritos. Little fresh salsa. Couple sprigs of fresh cilantro. And remember them little red peppers that we saved for the very end? We have that. We're gonna put our sour cream in our middle of our avocado. Boss Man loves sour cream. Put our little red pepper on top. All right, guys, you have a beautiful plate. I'm gonna call the boss over. Here, I'll stick it up here so you get a really good look at it. You ready? We're gonna put our nice cheese sauce on top. Let me get a good little stir on it first. Oh my God, this looks so good and tastes excellent too, guys. All right, oops, move our little cheese off there so no one sees it. And right there, we have fresh salsa, fresh avocado, burritos with homemade cheese sauce and Spanish rice. And I'm gonna call Stephen over and see if he'd like to taste it. I'm gonna show you. We'll get a nice little taste from the boss man here. You ready, Mr. Fritzler?
Oh
yeah. Yeah. Here, actually, I have a knife and a fork for you to taste and try. This is homemade avocado, Spanish rice, your sour cream that I know you love,
wow.
Fresh
great.
mango salsa. And the inside of the burrito has a little bit of pablemo, which is a cross between a green pepper and a jalapeno, and some fried onion.
That's good, babe.
Yeah. See how you like my homemade cheese sauce? Yeah?
Real good. Has a little kick to it.
Does it have a nice kick?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There you go.
I gotta have the cheese sauce and the salsa, really. All right.
Try the rice.
Guys, you have to make this. This is another one of my recipes, and I believe it's excellent. I mean, and it doesn't take that long. Once you get all your items you need, it's fairly simple, fairly fast. You can make your salsa ahead of time, your avocado dip. Remember, put your avocado seed in it, or put some lime juice in it, so that, or lemon juice, so that your avocado dip doesn't turn, and seal it really good. And you can even buy, like I said, store-bought chicken. Makes beautiful dinner.
Don't forget the jalapenos.
Yes, and the jalapenos.
Good, baby.
All right, guys, this is Little Miss Tony, and telling you ciao, have a great day, and I'll see you next week. Thank you.